Welcome to Into Reality Conversation. And hey, today is that moment where we get to have our first episode of Into Reality Conversation. Real conversation with real people and real impact. My name is Dickens Akon and I get to host you here at Into Reality Conversation. Today I have an amazing guest and I just want him to introduce himself to all of us and then we can dive into the conversation.
Into reality. The reality is, my name is Cohen Sungisha. I am a teacher professionally, a mentor, a debate and speech coach. I am very passionate about young people and leadership. And I only believe God is there to make us fulfill what He created us for.
Let us get into the reality conversation right now. So I've known you for very many years, I think since 2019, when I was that young boy, at a debate where you were directing. I think that was at Gayaza High School.
Yes.
And then you also gave me opportunity. I remember that song I sang in French. And all of those things. And in a multiple of, I could say, years that passed after, there are a lot that has changed about you, a lot of great things that you're doing, and a lot of stories to tell young people, especially on growth and resilience. And that is, I think, why the kind of conversation that we are going to have here. Now, let's get into that conversation. So, what's that one thing that you've done and you almost thought it was a failure and it became a success?
Failure in the first place is a very hard thing to talk about, but I also believe when you set a target, for instance, and you have a lot of belief that you're going to hit that target, and suddenly you don't hit, or you have an expectation and you don't hit, you could say you have failed to hit the target.
Yeah.
So those moments in life have been there, but which remarkable one turned out like a success. In senior one, I contested for a small leadership position, being a timekeeper. That was the only reservation I think we had as senior ones, to be a prefect. So I was very curious. I was like, let me get into this school, also become a prefect. So that single post I had to contest for didn't turn out the way I expected. I was confident that I would maybe make it to the top, but my contestant, the other contestant, was called Caleb, and beat me hands down. One funny fact was you had to be short and small to be a timekeeper. I don't want to say he was short and tall.
Wait, short
and
small?
Sorry, short and small. Yes.
Okay.
So I was a bit small and short, but I think he was shorter. That was the bitter fact. But I think intrinsically he won me genuinely, and I accepted the loss. That was the first loss that I registered, and I think since then until now, I don't remember any other loss I have faced as in contesting for leadership positions. So I think, to me, reflecting on that moment, I see that usually it's not about you feeling confident that you can do it, but sometimes it's also about understanding why you want to do it.
Sure.
To me, that time I wanted just to be a timekeeper, ring the bell, and be known by everyone.
Sure.
But I think since then I have learned that being a leader is not just a small opportunity, it's a big opportunity for it to exist. And why I think it turned out as a big success, as already said, I have never, ever in my life lost an election or any elective position. But two, it also opened up opportunities for me to venture into other leadership, which saw me sprout in debate. I went into MDD, I went into literature club, I started acting. Right from that moment. So it was some bit of a failure, but it opened doors for me to venture into other leadership positions, and things have never been the same.
So let me just dive into from that part. Does that kind of story confirm that there are certain failures that can make one stronger?
That's absolutely true. I was stronger then. I think the moment came when I went in for literature club and they said wanted to contest, and I was like, I want to be a general secretary, senior one, after losing an election in general prefect's elections. So, but I saw myself with stronger belief. I was like, I didn't make it there, maybe I wasn't supposed to. But here I came and I made it, and moving forward, I saw myself vying for different positions and taking space and being recognized and making a difference and making things turn around. So I think some failures, not even some failure, but most failures can make you stronger, make you more strategic, and make you reflect on who you truly are and what you can do better.
Wow. So I just want to get this, right. So in such kind of situations that you have always, I've seen young people, especially those probably. I saw one of my brothers, results came back, and he had not done the way he wanted to do, and he got stressed up. He gave up in life. He told me he just wanted to stay home. That he was not worthy. He's not good enough, and things like that. I just want to understand with a lot of other situations that you have gone through, with even the failure of the election inclusive. How do you think young people can handle setbacks?
To me, setbacks in the first place are a form of feedback.
Okay.
Setbacks are a form of feedback.
That sounds poetic.
Yes. Yeah, because a setback, you make a trial at something, and after trying, things do not turn out the way you want them to, and you feel, instead of taking 10 steps, now I'm taking like 2 steps backwards. And to me, how usually I handle is, in the first place, to reflect why the setback, but also understanding what went wrong. Sometimes we rush to judge ourselves. We're like, I think this was a huge setback, but we do not know what exactly went wrong. We've talked about someone failing, maybe not hitting the target scores in school. That happens usually. But I think the confidence that comes with you understanding or asking what went wrong, it helps you not to judge yourself so harshly. You could have failed, but maybe you did not do mock exams.
Sure.
Right? You had maybe been home, or you were often sent home for school fees, while others had a lot of time to read and revise and consult. Okay? So asking myself what went wrong, and then I go on to, before I respond, I also want, after reflection, I want to give it some time and ask, how best now do I come out of the wrong that I did? Is there anything I can learn from that? All right? And then the last part would be to respond. So I first reflect on what went wrong and how that affected me. And then 2, I look at what I can do to learn from that very experience. And then lastly, I can think of better strategies. What can I do better next time? So if that experience does not happen, if you don't fail at a point, if you don't get a setback at a point, it may harbor you from reflecting. You may think everything you're doing is just right. So I think you reflect and try to offer some sort of response that helps you to do better next time.
So listening to you, my mom always kept telling me that, the risk is a necessity that you need in your life. And I just wanted to know, what is that one risk that that you've taken, and it has really paid off, and you felt like it was worth taking?
Risks are for businessmen. And one thing I learned from my literature teacher, Mr. Edwin Tushabi, told us, like, me, I'm always busy with business. It's like, hey, for me, I thought a business is having like a shop. And when you're not there, then you're not doing business. But he said, whenever you say I am busy, it means you're doing business. So I also say I'm a businessman who has taken risks, not into the other entrepreneurial sense.
Yeah, sure.
But which is that risky? Risky is dangerous. Risky is life-threatening. How? Yes, there is this moment. I made a decision, not out of compulsion, to get into college politics.
Okay.
So I wasn't afraid of the past experiences I had had, and I wanted to contest for a guild position to be speaker at college. While that happened, there was a lot of history of that college having violent elections that were very tribal. There was a lot of bloodshed in the previous elections. So I had received quite lots of warnings. Regardless of all this history and background and the people that were in leadership then telling us about their weird experiences, how people lost their lives, and I still decided to get into that space.
Sure.
I did not know what was pushing me then, but I felt it was too risky. My friends would be like, Cohens, yes, would want you to go for it, but it's not safe for you. And me, my heart was telling me, it's not about you getting comfortable and letting people just go. It's not about you being comfortable. And I went into that space. As things would turn around, things happened. Sadly, violence came through, and we ended up not having elections. There was a lot of coercion, lots of threats. I would change clothes more than thrice in a single day.
Like why?
Because people were looking and hunting for me. And it's not because I had committed any crime. Like, you guys, you cannot take this position. We ought to give you. You don't have to contest. I'm like, no. Let's get into the race. You never can tell. People vote you and they may not vote me. So I think during that time I had 2 weeks, restless nights. You're moving but you feel insecure. You have to be cautious of what you eat. You look at everyone that you don't know as if he's an enemy. But that was a risk worth taking. As time went on, I resisted things like coercion, things like threats. They tell you, man, if you don't give up this position and give it to us, you'll see us. So throughout that moment, it was quite uneasy. You are not concentrating. Remember, you're also a student, and I saw the world of politics as a bit dark. But in all this, I remember I stood my ground. I never at one point compromised the things that I believe in, things like integrity. We were in boardrooms with governing councils, and they would tell you some statements. You feel like, I think I should give in. But in all that, even when they said, let's give you a benefit so you can become a leader, but without going through the process, I remember saying, no. And the gentleman told me, you boy, you are a wiseacre.
Yeah, okay.
And for that time, we went without a guild regime. Why? Because we chose to stand for some things and we wanted a change from how and what things used to happen. So I think that moment was risky for me, but I saw myself, I got networks. I met in those boardrooms people I had never met from Ministry of Education, and from those bitter and hard conversations, there were networks that helped me a bit. But 2, I also realized that it is not necessarily about positions. Students we're just hunted by people outside the institution. People outside the institution are the ones hunting you. They do not know you, but deep inside you found a group of people that wanted us to serve them. So I found myself influencing lots of things, leading a number of initiatives that helped my fellow students and improve our welfare without necessarily getting into a position. So I think it's that one risk that I remember I took after warnings, even when I knew I had seen people, I had seen their scars, but I wasn't so afraid because I felt I needed to step out and just do something to change whatever the plight was happening at the time.
Wow. So I think I've not taken a risk after getting a risk of you almost disappearing. So we have done a lot of school outreach engagement and a lot of questions that young people kept on asking us. I kept telling them I could answer, but someone would answer them in a better way.
I hope that's not me.
and here we are. A lot of questions, but I will pick a few. A student asked that how can one prioritize personal growth? I think you could use some few seconds and just let us know.
How can one person prioritize personal growth? Personal growth, I think, to me is a process. It's a process that you don't rush through things, but take time to think about them and how they impact your life. You have set goals. God has helped you in one way or the other to know what He has created you for, so you don't rush through. So prioritizing means that one, you take time to learn. To me, I think that's number one.
Okay.
You take time to learn. One, about yourself, use your experiences, but also learn from others. But two, it would also take one to listen.
Sure.
I don't think there is anyone who grows by only listening to themselves. Sometimes you need a second, a third, a fourth voice to listen to tell you, you know what, this decision that you're about to make could result into something sweet, sour, bitter. And then it could also take decisions that are more intentional than irrational.
Wow.
So,
Just repeat that for me. Decisions that are more
intentional than irrational. So they have to be both intentional and rational.
Sure.
So when you have listened, it's up to you. Dickens, we have mentors. A mentor will tell you, people share their experiences. They will tell you, I dropped out of school at this age. You have listened, but it remains your burden to decide. And then you also remember, I have remembered one thing, that life is largely about the decisions that we make. So whether you make decisions that bring you down or take you to higher stages, it's about the decisions. So to me, you learn, you listen, but also make intentional decisions that you think can help you as an individual move from one step to another. But in all, I respect that personal growth is about a process. It's not something that is rushed. So even as we teach, you also learn that you're not going to look at perfection, for instance. Some things are not easy to achieve. Things like perfection. You only strive to excel and increase on the degree and ability in how you do things, but you don't rush, because to grow means to take time, just like a plant does. You also meet some bit of challenges, a lot of sun, and you scorch, and you lose some weight, but you also get back up, you learn, and proceed to the next step. So to me, I think that's how I think one could personalize. You want to listen, you want to learn, you want to make decisions. If decisions don't pay off, then you go back to the reflection part.
Wow. So Mr. Mugisha, what gets you motivated?
Intrinsically first, there is internal motivation. Things that motivate me from the inside.
Yes.
But also those from the outside. Like when you give me money, it can motivate me. But anyway, I think the gist is in intrinsic motivation. As a teacher, mentor, and a person who loves interacting with young people. Moreover, I spend most of my time, over 95% with young people. To me, seeing my learners, my mentees excel and do great things, change from one timid version, from one version that has lost esteem to a stage where they believe in themselves that they can do things, is one of my biggest motivations. But two, when you see them excel and get to places where you never thought they would even get, and see them in places where they never thought they would get, that is usually the biggest part of my motivation. So that even then, you're in class, you're teaching, sometimes you feel so overstretched, you feel lots of things are happening, and you feel like throwing in the towel. But there is that moment you're almost doing it, and the child comes and says, oh, you know what, teacher, you know what, coach, you know what, I was able to do this. You see, this is what I scoped, this is what I learned from the session. But also things like results. Sometimes we celebrate. Recently, we just had USCE results released. You don't know what kind of joy you feel when a learner comes and says, oh, literature, we did it and we could not have done it without you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, our teachers. So I think, to me, that's what lifts up your spirit, and you're like, okay, you dust yourself and you put a smile and go back again working. Even when you feel you are overstretched and things are overwhelming. So that is the internal motivation, and I think, to me personally, that's what keeps me moving, even when at a point things get challenging.
Okay, so this is a serious imagination.
Yes, imagine.
Imagine God gives you a call right now. Say, hey, Mr. Mugisha Cohens, you are left with 30 minutes for your life to end on earth. What would be that one thing that you would love to achieve before that 30 minutes elapsed?
30 minutes, not even a single lesson, a single period in class.
Exactly. I think that imagination was good not to be a whole lesson. You would say, I would have one last literature class with my...
Okay, now I think a call from God, not any other person. You have 30 minutes left. What would I want to see accomplished? I think in those 30 minutes, if I would, see what makes it easy. It's an imagination. It's an imagination.
You don't know it's an imagination.
Okay, if it's an imagination, then I would want to have a complete, fully furnished mentorship hub that has hundreds, thousands, or even millions of kids using it as a space to transform themselves, to be different and make a difference.
Wow. So why mentorship?
Why mentorship? I think I believe in a life of touching lives. That I live because I have been touched.
Sure.
I have been mentored, I have been guided, I have been helped, I have been supported. And there is no better way for me to give back or live life meaningfully other than also trying to use what the little and small things that God has given me, the small networks that I have, also to touch and be a rainbow in someone else's life.
So just in about 30 seconds, what do you say about people who think
is a lie if anything says you're not worth it. The truth is, God created you in His own image and created you for a purpose. That itself is enough and worthwhile.
So would you I was about to say something.
Please say that thing.
So many people say that their stories are dark. They have come from a background that is quite not good, and most have attached that to themselves as part of the reason why they're failed in life or they're failing in life. Do you think that is true?
I don't think someone's dark background would be the reason why they fail, because as I said earlier, it's usually a process. I would maybe use my own experience. I will not say I have had a very bright background. It's been a dark background. Sometimes when you look at who I am right now, who I think is quite way different, and maybe how other people look at me. I have had comments. I ask people and they tell you, we thought you're this, we thought you went to this school, we thought you are coming from such a family. At school I was head prefect and many kids would be like, you speak good English, we think you went to the best schools around town. But the background has been dark. But I think, just like the old adage, there is usually light at the end of the tunnel. God does not intend us to go through dark times. You're born in a dark place and die in a dark place. There are usually shifts, and I think I am that person that has gone through shifts. That you shift from a position of too much darkness to a position where you can see some light, and a position where light gets into you, and somehow you also become light to some people.
Wow, so
I don't believe in the notion that you come from a dark background and you have a dark future. I don't think God has created us to be that.
So this one is too personal. What are you willing to lose and what are you not willing to lose?
I am willing to lose anything that God says shouldn't be part of me. I am not willing to lose my value system. I'm not willing to compromise anything that I strongly and vehemently believe can help me push myself and the people around me to the next level. So my values, my principles, no trade-off. Not what God says I shouldn't be having or I shouldn't be. Let that go.
So many young people have ambitions to be various things, and sometimes they reach a moment where they keep trading them off. I mean, you want to be a young lady who wanted to be a GRC, a Guild Representative Councillor at Makerere University, told me how a very influential person within the university, asked for, to trade their body. That at first the person came as someone willing to help, guiding, mentoring and telling them, no, this is the script you need to use and others. And it turned out that the person needed her to trade her body for such kind of growth. We're talking about growth today. So, do you think there are places or there are opportunities for young people to learn more on how growth moves and what growth is not about?
Very interesting is that it's very unfortunate that you have such scenarios happening, and people usually will fall into traps, either out of ignorance, out of coercion. Sometimes the devil will put it there and it's appetizing, it looks nice. Sometimes our judgment is not apt. You see something glittering and you think it's gold, so you rush into it. So, for one to trade off what they truly believe in is right, it's called culminating to regret. You meet people be like, I wish when I was still a young girl, I wish I learned about this. But I think in this era, we are a bit blessed that you have people that are a bit exposed. There is a lot of, at least if it's not from your family, from your immediate circles, it's from media. There are podcasts, there is information you can read, okay, and transform yourself. And actually those are some of the opportunities, like you asked. Are there opportunities for young people to grow? Yes, they are there. If you say it, you're in school, that's an opportunity for one to grow. You're at campus, that's an opportunity for you to grow, because you ought to meet new people, share with them, know what they are doing different, and you can also go and change your life. There is church, or let's say religious institutions. Whether you go to the mosque, it's an opportunity and a platform for you to do what? To grow. If we say we are getting into debate, all right? You say, I am subscribing, I want to pursue debate. That's an opportunity for you to grow, both in person, in skills and competencies. So I believe there are very many avenues. If those are not so close to you, at least there is something that is so close. At least we don't pay money to go to church. Right? I don't know a church that charges.
I heard the churches that you pay money.
Even if that church was there, or that mosque was there. But if you think growth is as important as you need it, you'll have to pay. And that's the second point, by the way. Some growth will not just come on a silver platter. Some growth you need to intentionally invest in it. If it's training, if it's skilling, I struggled to pay tuition. Why? Because I knew I needed to grow in skill and knowledge, and therefore I had to invest. A parent can give you that opportunity, or you yourself you can. Alright? You do refresher courses, people invest in them, in themselves. But for young people, I believe school, if it's reading, if you belong to any community or association, it's an opportunity for you to grow from experiences of other people. And even if that is too far, reading itself. I have read a number of texts, and I think some of them are the reason why I am who I am. The Rights of the Alchemist. It's a book that has been too instrumental in my growth as an individual. That everyone, if you want to do something, the universe conspires to help you achieve it. Alright? So that helps me not to always look at myself as if I'm not wanted. Alright? I know that if I want to achieve something, there is always a force outside that is willing to support me achieve that. So you can also, there's also an opportunity for one to read, for one to listen. So you can.
So I think we have a lot to talk about. I think we really need to even organize and have this conversation more. But there's something I don't want to forget. Are you married? Or do you
banter, or this is a hard question. Am I married?
Or you are planning to soon?
Maybe I am planning too soon, but it depends on the definition of marriage. Context matters. Let me contextualize. So if you had contextualized what marriage is, because we have wild definitions of marriage, especially in this era.
Let's have it in your context.
In my context? Okay, I think that's a question I'll answer next when you see me married. But there is already evidence. There is already evidence.
Thank you so much. This conversation should have gone so far. And we shall still have it, proceed so far as far as understanding what growth is all about. here at Into Reality Conversation. One of the realities he ran away from was a question on whether he is married or not. But let us catch up in the next episode and we shall get to know whether Mr. Mugisha Cohens is married or not.
I can assure you, by then, I will have the answer.
Thank you so much.